Hello, hello, hello. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, let's get back to these comments. Yeah, I figured out everything. Ah, blah, 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 blah. Let's hope this goes a little bit better this week, guys. We did try and fix everything up from last time, so definitely hope this works better tonight. Yeah. Hey, Benny. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Aquarium Thoughts. And I just seen that you become a new subscriber, so I'm very thankful for that. Pardon me. Yeah, that's always embarrassing. Let's push the wrong button when we're trying to disenable an alarm, and just shut the whole camera off to the stream. That's always good fun. So how is everyone going today? Tonight? Morning? I'm not 100% sure where everyone is at the moment. Pardon me. So, what's new with everyone else's fish tanks? Yes, Blake, we did change up the scenery. We moved everything around, and I'm still trying to figure out how I can set the stream up so I'm actually that way. So where we're looking at this tank front on. So still got to work out how I can do that one, and still have some sort of desk in front of me to put the camera and everything on. So we'll try and work that one out for next time. I might have to move a couple of desks around or set a couple of chairs up, even. But we'll definitely do that one, and try and give everyone a nice look at the tank in the background. It is looking a hell of a lot better now. I've got some new plants in it, which is something we're going to talk about tonight. So I will take the camera over there, and we'll have a bit of a look and a bit of a chat about that tank, as well as I'll show the progress of the little nano tank I've got sitting here. It's starting to get some nice hair algae and some dermatitis starting to grow in it. So I'll have a bit of a look there because it's starting to growing nicely, and everything's basically doubled in size since it went in there. Even the crypts I put in there are starting to grow, so that's good. I thought they would have melted back a fair bit, but actually they've gone pretty well. So the ones I got must have been already transformed to the submersed grown. So looks like we went all right there with the crypts. Even the Monty starting to change over. So everything in this tank seems to be going all right. I think the CO2 is definitely helping with that one though. Yeah, whatever that means. I can never remember the fancy names for this thing. I just call it brown algae. Hey, Chev. Yeah, it's getting the brown algae crap. No, Benny. You didn't have to stay up just to drop in, but I appreciate it. a couple more minutes, then we'll jump into it. So we have changed even the computer that I'm streaming off. I somehow commandeered the girlfriend's computer so I could stream off because it's a little bit better than my computer. Well, a little bit. That's a hell of a lot better. My computer's 13 odd years old. I think girlfriend's is only like 3 or 4 years old, so a lot better to stream off. It actually keeps up with everything, so we'll definitely have a bit better go at it tonight. So I suppose we'll jump into it here, and I suppose get started on with what we're going to talk about, which is basically going to be just some of the new plants I got, some of the new fish, and hopefully in the tank, not this tank, but there's one sitting behind it. There's actually some little fry that come out of my, I'm assuming, rosabarbs. I had to take the rosabarbs out because I was pulling up the plants before they got established, and I pulled them out, and we ended up with some baby fry in it that I noticed late yesterday afternoon. So hopefully I can spot a couple of those. They're still pretty small, so I've been feeding them some Hikari first bites. So we'll have a quick look at those if I can spot any, which I hope I can. But yeah, so, and I am no good with the fancy names for these plants, so I'll start with ones I do know. So we got some Monte Carlo for the nano tank, and for the I suppose not really nano tank, the other 20 long or 20 gallon tank I got up the back. So the 2-foot aquarium. And I also got some Alternarathrin or Rickii. I think it's the red Rickii mini is the common name for that one. Some Cyperus herefori, I think. I call it CH grass. It's basically looks like a water grass. And it seems to be doing really, really well in this tank, and like compared to these other two tanks I've got it in, it's going a hell of a lot better. And we also got some Sturigioin, Sturorigioin or something. Repens, some S. repens, I think the common name is. So just got a few tissue culture plants, which you'll see if you watch the video for this little nano tank. I struggle to even pronounce them in that, and I end up just showing you the nameplates that I got. So we got them all from the local aquarium store. They are Pisces plants, and all the tissue cultures are going. Bronny, I'll get a wrench. I'll give you a wrench when I get a wrench in your stream. I'm glad to see you come along, because I actually have a few things that I'm going to show a little bit later on that you might be very, very interested in. You did ask to show the shrimp hides and that I have, so I've done a bit of a. I've been mucking around with StreamYard, and I've actually got a nice little slide for you. And if I can get it to work before I get it, which I don't think I will, because I might just have to bring it up on a new page on my other laptop here, and just show it from the camera. I've got some little glass feeding ring dishes and that for shrimp and that too. So I'll bring that up as well, and we'll show those. Where's the helpful items? Yeah, so I'll bring that up in a little bit, and we'll show that one as well. But first, I'll pinch the camera off the top here and clunk. Sounded like I almost broke something, but I didn't. So we'll just flip the camera around and we'll show you guys. Turn the camera off. That's not what I'm after. Turn camera around to facing back camera. Done. There we go. So I'm not going to be able to follow the chat while I'm like this, guys, but I'll do my best. So this is my little nano tank. A little bit after a week after I set it up. So as you can see, the nice red root floaters are floating around and getting caught on everything because the hair algae is starting to grow. Got some nice brown algae growing on the bottom and all over the rocks and that. So I'm going to have to probably grab a few shrimp and that soon and throw them in just to try and keep it a little bit cleaner. I am still pumping the CO2 into this tank, but as you can see, the Monte Carlo, and that's just starting to change over and get the nice a bit wider leaves and that. So that's melted back a little bit and changing over, which is good. A couple of crypts I've got. When I brought the crypts, I brought two lots of crypts and broke them down. And the two different types of crypts, I ended up getting nearly 12 plants, or not 12, what was it, about 7 or 8 plants per bunch, or per little pot, so I did really well with that. So I've thrown a couple into here, so we got 2 bit bigger ones. I think they're the crypt, either Tropica or the Winterai. Hey Josh. The Bacopa is going absolutely nuts, which I thought it would. That's why I stuck it in here behind the rock a bit. It's it's growing out and growing up nice, which is what I was after. The CH grass, like I said, it's growing in, and the idea, as I said in the video, was to make like a jungle at the back. So I want all this grass to grow up and completely cover this whole back section. Because the fish in that I plan on putting in here actually is some clown killies and some was it the pygmy cories and the pygmy spot rasboras. So that's the idea to go into this tank. So you got the red Ricky in the middle, the S rippins down here, which should also grow in and create a bit of a blanket around this corner. So I'm hoping this crypt grows up faster than that blankets, which I don't think it will, but hopefully it'll blanket underneath the leaves and the crypt can still grow up and kind of have leaves and that coming out the top. So on the top of the tank, we just have a little, that made it bright, a little Aqua One Nano full spectrum planted nano light. This is one of the 20-litre 5-gallon Kmart tanks. So yeah, that's just a bit of a showcase for this tank, I suppose. I didn't go with the Kmart heater because the Kmart heaters are actually too tall to go up and down in the back. I could have laid it across the back, but I think it's a little bit over excessive for this small tank. So I just went with the little 25 watt Aqua One heater because it fits in there nicely, and hopefully the HC grass grow up in front of it. Pardon me, and keep it fairly hidden. So just have a look at this other tank. So as you can see, I've planted this tank out a lot more since probably the last time you guys have seen it. So I suppose we'll start with, we got a few bunches of hair grass, not the dwarf hair grass, the tall hair grass, and pardon me, and we're just sort of filling it out a little bit just to kind of fill it in more. So we got more of the HC grass here in the back, a bit bigger of that crypt, and Jill here just wants to be fed, so she's just going to follow my finger and come back and then try and get my attention. So yeah, this is one of the adult crypts that we split them little ones off. We've got more HC grass. We've got some nice blue strickia here in the middle. That prawny got a nice piece off. We got some more S rippins in the back there. Got this nice red Amazon mini, I think they call it. I'm not 100% sure, but the store owner sold it as a red sword mini. Also got the little chain sword here. That one's new. A nice Anubias plant here. Could probably pull one or two more plants off this one, which I might do in the next couple of weeks. It's just about ready to be split again. As you can see here in the base, it's got one out this side and one coming off sort of in the back there a little bit. Can probably pull those off. There's 3 or 4 nice leaves on each of those, so we might split that one off. And a little Anubias mini Nana here. I've been looking at that, and I can probably pull another 3 or 4 plants out of that. So might be doing that in the next week or two. Right after I gravel back the tank a little bit. So this little guy right here is my long nose Whiptail. I think this one could be the male. I can't spot his partner anywhere. I was hoping they'd be both standing together. The shopkeeper tried to tell me that the males are a little bit thinner in their body height and body width, and the nose is a little bit more longer. So this is the long nose version of Blake's beautiful royal whiptails. The male does also get the nice bristles that come out from under the nose when they get to sexual maturity, which is about 20 centimeters from nose to tail without the whips. So these guys actually do have 2 lovely whips, both top and bottom. And what else have we got here? Yeah, so we got more of the crypts, more of the hair grass, and CH grass. So we just tried to fill this end in with more of the crypts because this end was very bare. It only had the sort of the Anubias nana and the Java fern on the bit of driftwood here. That's all that had down this end. So since then we've replanted the blue strickia down this end, so we split that up a little bit. We got this nice Amazon sword Tropica for the back, and that seems to be doing a really good job of just filling in the back. It makes the tank look a lot more full. I think this one's an Amazon what they call it, an Amazon oh crap, I can't remember. It's marbled Amazon or marbled sword. I think they get that because it's got nice marbling that down the leaves. Since having it for a bit over a week, it's shot off a fair few new leaves, so I'm really stoked about that. Got some more crypts and some more. Even the Amazon Tropica, it's sprouted like 3 or 4 new leaves since being in here, so they must be pretty happy. As you can see, I have a lot of crap in my sand, and I've actually waited until all this crap in that has built up before I put any of these root plants in, because there's no root tabs or anything in this tank. It is completely natural in the fertilization. I don't add any ferts or any CO2 or anything to this, so it's all just all natural in its ferts and all that. So at the moment, it's probably a little bit overstocked because I've added the rosa barbs and the little cherry barbs out of this tank into here because they kept pulling up the plants over there, and I think that was just because they were breeding. As you so, unfortunately, there is 2 females to 4 males in this tank. So the females get quite harassed when it comes to breeding, but I'm not overly worried about that. So yeah, standing back and looking at this tank now, it does look a lot more full. Pardon me. It looks like I said, a lot fuller, a lot more natural, and I seem to. Oh, I like it a hell of a lot better than what it used to look like. It used to look very barren, and yeah, it just needed more plants, pretty much. So this is the other little tank that I have shown on the stream before, but I haven't shown it. Now I've got more plants. So we've got the Pogostamus here, which is the nice frilly one. I actually chopped the top of it off and planted it down to try and make a second plant. We got more of the red Vericchia in here. More of the HC grass because I got three pots of that, not thinking that I could split the plants into like 50 or 60 little plants. We got more of the Monte Carlo. I'll just try and get in a little bit closer. I'm standing over the top of my bench. So we're getting a little bit closer here. So yeah, we got the Monte Carlo on that, which is going nice. As I said, I did have the barbs in here, and every day I was replanting all the hair grass because they were ripping that out. I was replanting the Monte Carlo all the time because they kept dislodging that and everything else. And after I moved the barbs out, sort of 2 days after, I started noticing little fry in here. So I think I've got three fry that looks like they survived the parents eating the eggs and hatching. So we've been feeding them with some Hakari First Bites. I've just been dipping my finger in the Hakari First Bites and dipping it in the tank and sort of letting it half sink and just waft around. And I've seen the fry eating it. I am just trying to spot a fry now, but I don't know. They're pretty hard to spot in this tank. They're still only about 3 or 4 millimeters long. So what's that? An eighth of an inch or something, or not even an eighth of an inch, like what is it, like a 16th or something of an inch? It's small as hell. I am trying to spot them, but I can't. So, while I was planting the marbled sword, one of the leaves broke off, so I just stuck it in here. Hopefully, we will get some growing. This nice bushy plant in the back, it's actually another Pogostamus. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. I thought it might have been something different when I first got it, but it actually is a Pogostamus. We did check the label of the shipping manifest from the aquarium store to actually find out what the name of it was. Got some more Bacopa here. Got a nice banana lily up the back, and there's a little banana lily down in front of the heater and that there. So hopefully they'll grow up and put some nice floating plants across the surface. So the bulbs will go back into here when they're done, but I'm thinking about just putting the cherry bulbs back in, because I do like the cherry bulbs a little bit better than the rosa bulbs. Don't get me wrong, I like the rosa bulbs as a fish, but I think just in this tank, the cherry bulbs do look a little bit better. They seem to swim through the plants and that a lot nicer, and I just seem to like it a lot better. So I think that's what we're going to do. So here in the house, there are 3 tanks, and I think that's just about everything in these tanks. Yeah, I didn't end up getting any more fish for inside except for the pair of long-nosed whiptails. I've basically been told no more fish for this tank. Like that's ever going to happen. There's always going to be more fish. Oh yeah, unfortunately I did lose the 2 my chocolate Grammies. I came home one day and both chocolate Grammies were dead on the bottom of the tank, and I have no idea why. That was before I added the angels and before I added the barbs, so I don't think it was, well, it definitely wasn't those that killed them. But yeah, I just come home and they're both dead. There was nothing else dead. All my water parameters and everything was fine. The water temperature was fine. I'm not sure at all what killed them. So I suppose we'll come back over here and I'll do this one before I put the camera up. So hang on, let's face it the right way. So this is the glass shrimp feeder. So it's just your standard shrimp feeders. And yeah, it's no good, Jesse, when you lose a nice beautiful fish like that. My goal was to breed them, so we're definitely gonna get back into them and get them next time they come in stock. So yeah, that's just the glass shrimp feeder. I know I'm probably overpricing them at $10, but I can't get them for any cheaper than that. That's shipped to your door. So that's shipped to your door in Australia. I haven't got overseas other than New Zealand at the moment. I can ship to New Zealand. I worked out how to do that one. So at the moment I can only ship to New Zealand and Australia. And I do actually have Afterpay on the website now too. So if that makes it easier for some other people, I do actually have Afterpay now. So we'll just swap the camera back over to my face. Even though no one wants to see my face, we'll do it anyway. So we'll just swap it over and we'll go. Put it back up in the holder, and there we go. Now I might be able to follow everything a little bit better. Okay, so if I go to here, so what's up next? So I am just retouching on the things I looked at from the website from last week, because everything was a complete complete balls up, and nothing seemed to work right. So, so the breeding house, the breeding box here. The top one is a what is it? It's a 2.4 liter box, so it's a fair size box, really. And it has a nice area. It's an airlift one, so these are both airlift. So you have water circulating through it all the time, and that sort of thing. We'll just go back so I can follow comments here. So yeah, so we just have the large one and the small one. The small one holds 1.25 liters. And the price of them is the small one's at $30. $30 to your door. And the big one is $40 to your door. So I think I'm on par, if not a little bit cheaper than some of your house brand ones here in Australia. But like I said, I can't really do them much cheaper than that, and still get them to you guys without you guys having to pay any shipping. So, like I said, everything on my website is free shipping. So yeah, I'm hoping that now I've got Afterpay, it makes it a little bit easier for some people to buy stuff, and now that I've got free shipping to Australia and New Zealand, it should be a lot easier to do, because there's a few people that have asked about getting stuff to New Zealand, and I can do that. I am looking into getting to more places overseas, so possibly to the States and Canada. I think will be the next one I'm going to try and work on getting to, so I can sell over there to the viewers that are over there that did ask at the start whether I can ship to there. So I'm definitely working on that. So the next one is these nice little sponge filters with the biomedia bio balls in the actual bottom of them to perform a bit of to provide more biological filtration as well as mechanical filtration in the one little unit, which seems to be missed a lot with sponge filters. So they still work the same way. You still have air going in the bottom of them, and the air going in the bottom of them, and pulling the water through and up through the top. So I have a couple. So the three on the screen and the separate sponges all come separately. And I'm trying to move the mouse on the wrong computer. So the single one in the XY 2880, it starts at $18.50 to your door, as well as the 2881. They are two different filters. They don't bend that way. They don't flex. So I have had a couple of people ask whether they can be moved to any position, and it's no. They're either straight up and down or laying along the bottom. Unfortunately, it's not It's not a revolving one like like the little one here. It can actually point them up and down wherever you want them to go. I don't think you can on these ones. I do have one of the doubles on its way. It's coming to actually replace this one. So when that turns up, I'll definitely do a product review on it and all that sort of stuff. Hang on, what have we got? I'm missing something in the comments here. Are they any good, Jesse? Because I've got some on the way, so I'm definitely going to do a product review and pardon me, do a product review on them and get them going. And hi, Redfish, Bluefish, glad you could come over. I think I've got everyone else. Okay, so you can pull them apart and clean them. That's great. That was one thing I was definitely hoping. I looked at a couple that were like that, and I wasn't sure if you could pull them apart, which I'm glad you can. So that's great. I'm definitely getting some. Oh, they are on their way. But as it was my first test shipment, I actually clicked on the wrong delivery agency. So instead of it taking 13 to 20 days to arrive, it is taking something like 40 to 60 days to arrive because I hit the wrong button in postage and I bug it up. So yeah, I sell the two small ones for 18.50 Australian, and the double one for 23 Australian delivered to your door, and afterpays on everything. I wouldn't expect it to stay bright green, Jesse. Yeah, sorry, I'm just catching up on that chat here. Trying to run two computers at once is quite fun and interesting. Looks more like a yellow puke. Well, yeah. I suppose that's why I'm giving you the option to buy a more bright green sponges when they turn that yellow pukey color. But yeah. So two of the replacement sponges is $10 shipped to your door. So so at the moment, I think that's a fair price for most of these things. And that sort of thing. So next up, we actually have something for Prawny, if Prawny is still in the house. We have some hides, some fish breeder hides and stuff like that. So as you can see, there's lots of different shapes and sizes. We have, pardon me, some of the Pleco breeding caves, which are, pardon me, is 11 centimeters long. So what's that? A little bit over 4 inches long, by 3.2 centimeters for the internal hole. So that's what's that? A little bit over an inch in the diameter of the hole there. That's the bottom the bottom left. The bottom right one, the little Cichlid cave. Where did it go? It's here somewhere, so I can get the size on it. Yeah, little Cichlid cave. It's 7 centimeters by 9 centimeters is the actual size that it's around the actual outside of the cave. So that's just shy of 4 inches by 3 inches, and 3.2 centimeters for the hole again. So a little bit over an inch. So that'd suit your crebensis and stuff like that. What else do we have up here? We have the nice little ninja stars, or the little stars there that you can stack on top of each other and all that sort of stuff. They're 4 centimeters. How is it there? Yeah, they're 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters across. 4 centimeters round by 4 centimeters high, and the hole diameter at the top is only half a centimeter. So about a quarter of an inch hole at the top, and about an inch and a half height and an inch and a half round. So the idea of that is just get a few of them and stack them on top of each other. Unfortunately, everything at the moment is everything in this section at the moment is $10. I'm actually trying to find a supplier that sells them cheaper, so I can get them down cheaper, because $10 for those little stars I think is a little bit much, and I'm thinking about taking them off for sale, but at the moment they're still there. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to find someone that's cheaper. And same with the next item that's about to pop up. I'm definitely trying to find cheaper stuff, because I know you can get them here in Australia that's on par with this price and doesn't have the shipping time. So yeah, so we're definitely going to try and get things a little bit cheaper. So these are the root fertilizer plant tabs. You just stick them in under your plant, and the plastic dissolves and releases the fertilizer underneath your plant, so underneath your crips and stuff like that. As everyone probably already knows about these root tabs. But yeah, they're 40 root tabs for $15, so I'm definitely trying to get them cheaper. I'm always looking for cheaper places and trying to negotiate with the suppliers to give me a better price. Basically, if they can give me a better price, I can sell them at a better price and sell more of them. So it's kind of a win-win in both scenarios there. Well, in 3 scenarios there, you guys get them cheaper. I make $1 or $2 for them, and the company makes lots of sales on them. So it kind of makes it all worthwhile there. But as I just said, basically everything on the site I'm only getting $1 or $2 for. I'm definitely trying to find cheaper stuff that ships to Australia with a certain company. I'm trying to keep everything to one company, and that sort of thing. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. What is it? I don't want to use separate companies to ship. I think that'd just be too hard and annoying, and I'll never be able to keep track of it. So the company I'm using now actually does have You finally made it, Nathan. So yeah, everything I've got, I'm trying to make cheaper so I can get it to you guys cheaper. I'm not trying to make a profit on this. I'm just trying to bring stuff to you guys to help you guys out. Really, like I know going to my local fish store and stuff like that, it can get quite expensive. That's why I've endeavoured to find or get Afterpay approved for the website and everything like that. I am trying to get in with like Pisces and what's the other one? Aquarium Industries and stuff like that to give me a to let me be a retailer for their products. Then be able to ship the stuff out to you guys directly from here. But because I am still operating from home, they won't give me a trade a trade account. Basically, they won't let me retail because I'm still working from home, and they won't let me do that until I actually get a shop front. So my constant argument to them is, how can I get a shop front if I can't even get a start? How can I know that this is going to be a business plan for the future, which is what I want it to turn into eventually, if I can't get any of the Australian products? Well, not so much Australian products, but Australian products and the Australian companies to come on board. I guess I know there's probably there's every pet shop is gone now online because of this COVID thing. And yeah, there's 2 pet shops here in town, but I've got to say, for fish stuff, they don't have much. One tries, and I try and support him as much as I can, but I have to go out of town to buy plants. I have to go out of town to buy good quality fish, because the fish here sit in the same tanks for a few months and that, and you constantly go in there and see not just dead fish, but fish that are half rotten, half eaten. So you know they've been in there for a while. It's not just the fish has died that day. It's been in there for a couple of days. And yeah, it's not the best scenario. I am, like I said, I am trying to get on board with a few other companies to let me sell their stuff, and even fish. If I can get into it, I'll sell fish online, and I'll ship them, and I'll do all that sort of stuff. So that's part and parcel of the reason why I'm building the fish room, to be able to house 50 tanks. It's not that I'm going to be breeding in 50 tanks. It's I want to be able to house fish to sell. And not just your everyday guppy and stuff like that. Like, I want to sell the little bit better fish. Not so much better fish, but the more exotica fish, I suppose you could call it, that helps. Hang on, what's that, Blake? Are you talking about the fertilizer, Blake? With the gel capsules? Because yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get these a little bit cheaper, but if there's somewhere in Australia I can source them for and be able to get them out at the same sort of price, so I'll gladly do so. I prefer to use Australian stuff than go overseas, because at the moment I am basically using all overseas products, and I would really like to get into Australian stuff. It's doing my head in. Like, I swear now, Pisces actually finally got back to me the other day and basically said they'd love to help, but until I can get a shop front, they can't. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for cheaper options there, Blake. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell out of my place eventually. I've got to get the fish room up and running first, and then sort of look at bulk buying a heap of stuff and then selling out of here. Pisces and Aquarium Industries and even a few other like Petworks and that won't even get back to me. Aqua One, that was a long, strenuous strenuous thing with Aqua One or Hong, if you want to call it that. Hong Co, I think it was. You have to basically print off and fill out a 6-page written application form, send it back. 3 weeks later, they sent me an email back saying, no, sorry, you don't qualify. Pardon me. So, yeah, I don't qualify because I don't have a shop front. So basically everywhere in Australia is saying I can't sell out of my house. Even though I have a shed that is bigger than most shops that I can sell out of, they still won't do it because the product is initially being shipped to a residential address and they won't do it. I have even basically told them that I have a shipping company 2 doors down from me. Can I use their address to ship to? And they just forklift the product over to my house because it's literally, I can throw a stone and hit the top of their shed. Is the closest shipping company I have, and that's Toll and TNT. They both operate out of the same shed. So I can quite literally, I've asked them, can I just get it shipped to there and I collect from there? But they won't do that. Because I have stated already that I am intending to sell out of my house and online solely. They basically won't do it. Even when I said so, if I open it up and sell out of my shed, which is not attached to my house, which is 12 meters by 6 meters, they have still said no. Asked me how many tanks I've had so I can see if I could actually hold a minimum order from these places, and I've told them I have 15 tanks, and they've said that's not enough. I have looked up their retailer outlets, and the 2 pet shops here in town are retail outlets for them guys, for both Pisces and Aquarium Industries. Well, I don't know if one is anymore, but it used to be. And we have, and one has 4 tanks, and he just sells goldfish because he's a pet supply and nursery. So he basically sells pond stuff, which he doesn't really sell much of that, and goldfish for the ponds. So he has 4 tanks for goldfish. That apparently is enough stock. Enough tanks, but 15 tanks isn't enough. The other one has 13 tanks that he sells out of. Yeah, 13 tanks that he sells out of. 12 20 gallons or 2-foot aquariums and 1 4-foot aquarium that he sells his plants out of. And yeah, that's I still have more tanks, and that's not enough. Um, was what I got told off a couple of the smaller wholesalers. So I'm fighting an uphill battle at the moment. I'm still trying to find places to. They'll basically try and find a cheap shed to rent that I could use as a storehouse. Set up tanks so I can grow plants in that in the storehouse, and just not worry about fish at the moment until I get my fish room, and then sell the fish out of my fish room, have them shipped to the shed, and then bring them home and ship them out of here. Um, that would be the easiest way to go and stuff like that. Oh yeah, okay, that makes a little bit more sense, Chev. Um, yeah, that'd probably be a lot easier. I'll definitely look that up. Um, I'll have to save that comment, so I'll go back up and save that. Save that, and we will definitely look that up. How do I do that from here without embarrassing Blake? No worries, Nathan. I'll catch you next time. What else have we got to talk about? I'm just having a little rant there. Yeah, I suppose the other thing to talk about is the other new fish I have floating around the place. I only showed you what I've got inside here. So, as a couple of you guys already know, I've got some heads. What are they now? Oh, I hate drawing a blank. We got some golden perch turn up. So the yellow belly or hi James, glad you can make it. So yeah, we got some golden perch turn up, and pardon me. Yeah, so we got some golden perch turn up, and they seem to be going all right at the moment. I did a bit more research into them because I wasn't expecting golden perch to turn up, and apparently they only eat live foods. So we have been basically at the moment drenching freeze dried blackworms and putting them into the tank that way. Once they're waterlogged and they sink, and I've been watching the fry, which are roughly 3 centimeters to 4 centimeters long at the moment, with the goal to grow them out to about 10 centimeters to 12 centimeters. I keep talking in work terms, so 100 millimeters and 120 millimeters. Oh, that's great. Okay, thanks, Aquarium Cop. That sounds interesting. I'll definitely be looking into those. And get veg and catchers. Rightio. We'll definitely look at getting some of those, and then sourcing the fertilizer in bulk form and pelleting them myself. But that'll definitely be on the cards to do. So yeah, we got the golden perch, and they are eating, which is a good thing. If they don't eat, I can just take them out to the stock dam, which they're meant to go into. There's just a farm properties dam that they'll be going into when they're all grown up. So if they have to go in there a little bit smaller, they have to go in there a little bit smaller. Ideally, we're trying to grow them up so they have a better chance of surviving in the bigger dam, because there is bigger fish there at the moment. Yeah, so we're just reading the chat and talking about yabbies, eh? Jeez, Nathan, that's a lot of yabbies. The only thing about having that many babies is you got to have a lot of hiding places for them, because they get territorial as they get bigger. I found. Definitely have to start breeding my own, because if I'm going to be feeding these yellow belly, I'm definitely going to need a lot more live food. They're already too big for Yeah, I've got a bag of what is it, 100 grams at the moment. So yeah, James, that's what I need to grow them for. I need to grow them for the yellow belly or golden perch. I've just been delivered 100 of them, or 119. At last count, which was when I put them in. They've only been in there for 3 days, so at the moment they're still alive, so that's good. They are eating, so that's another good thing. Pardon me. So yeah, they were supposed to be Australian bass. Supposed to be 50 Australian bass, and we ended up with 119 golden perch. So yeah, that's a nice size yellow belly. Was it on bait or lure there, James? The biggest Murray cod I've seen, and I've personally seen it caught, was in the range of 45 to it was in the range of 45 to roughly 60 kilos. I know that's a big jump, but at the time I was 45 kilos, and the bloke that held it up picked me up the same way and said I was light, but then tried to pick a 60 kilo weight up and couldn't pick a 60 kilo weight up. So we're thinking the fish was around 50, 52 kilos, something like that, and nearly close to like 1.5 meters long. He was a big fish. Well, she was a big fish. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to get a photo of that to actually show you guys. It was back when I was a kid. So, but it was actually caught on bait, on worms. So we think it was actually all the little catching silver perch at the time, and we think the big cod come in chasing the silver perch. So that was quite exciting for an hour or so, because it was hooked on 12-pound line on a size 6 hook. So for the fishermen out there, if you know sizes, that's that's a fair haul to pick up a 50 odd kilo fish on 12-pound line. So my dad has secret spots, which his grandfather fished out of 80 years. Yeah, that sounds like a good cod if he's been there that long. Pardon me. Well, yeah, they reckon they can live to over 100 years old. So for a cod to still be there after that long, definitely be a big fish there now. Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, definitely be a good fish there now. What else are we going to talk about? We've run over the store. Run over the yellow belly. Oh, we also got some a couple strains of endlers. We've got some red line blonde endlers and some neon blue endlers. The neon blue endlers are interesting. I've actually got one that half resembles a neon tetra. He's got a red stripe, except he's the opposite. He's got a red stripe on top and a full blue body. So we're going to try and extend oh, that's great news. If you've already hooked him once, a good chance you'll hook him again. But yeah, so we're going to try and line breed a neon tetra looking endler, except the reverse. So it's going to be red on top and a red line on top and a blue body. And the other one actually has a purple. It's like a neon blue, but it's got a touch of purple in it. So we're going to try and highlight that purple and try and turn it into a neon purple endler. Instead of a neon blue, we're going to try and make a neon purple. So going to try and go 3 ways with that colony. It's going to try and go an all blue body, then a blue body with a red line on top, so a red back and a blue body, and then try and go an all purple body. And hopefully we come out in the next year or two. Oh, nice, Nathan. Yeah, I'll have to jump back one and look at the end of your stream. I kind of had to jump off because I had to start this one. But no, I'll definitely jump on and have a look at the end of that. And I might even have to get to the semi a couple or buy a couple off you, and see if we can get them sent up. If you're keen to try and do that, could always use a new invertebrate for the fish room. I already have long arm shrimp, so some nice crystal blue crays would be nice. I've also got to go out to the farmers dam and fish out some yabbies, and see if I can get some male and females so I can start up a bit of a breeding project. So I'm gonna need some babies to grow these fish. So I'm gonna go out to the farm tomorrow. I'm actually gonna take him some plants because he got 100 silver perch. I'm gonna take some plants out and put some plants on a bit of driftwood he's got. And I don't think I'll be able to video that because he doesn't really want to be on video and that, so I won't be able to video that. And after all the not hate comments, but all the dislikes that I got on my golden perch video, I don't think I'm up for doing a silver perch one just yet until I get a few more tanks and a few more IBCs, and I'll do them that way. So that reminds me, tonight I have to get some more blackworms. I have to see if I can find somewhere that'll ship frozen blackworms. Bulk packs of frozen blackworms, because apparently that's what they were eating when they were in the farm. The golden perch were eating live blackworms when they were in the farm, and the fish farm said if you're growing them up in tanks, to continue feeding them the frozen blackworms and the frozen bloodworms until they get big enough to take basically whole earthworms. You can start feeding them that, and start feeding them baby shrimp and other water-based insects and stuff like that. They'll actively hunt them. That's the problem they have trying to grow golden perch in tanks. It actually is the fact that they basically only eat live food. They won't take pellets. So I'm glad I had the blackworms laying around. Is they only take pellets. They won't eat. They won't eat. Sorry, they won't eat the pellets. They only take live foods. So soaking the blackworms in water so they sink to the bottom, and hopefully with the flow I have in the tank, they'll move a little bit, so they'll at least attract the eye of them and make them look like they're live. If I can get some frozen ones as 8 frost, they'll at least sink down to the bottom and float around. Yeah, that could be interesting, James. I actually have a couple of ghost shrimp in this tank. I brought 20 of them, and I think I have 3 or 4 left. I have a better in there, and he decided he wanted to hunt them and eat them. So the ones I have now are ones that actually Chev, to be honest, I haven't actually brought frozen bloodworms yet. I'm about to find out how much they are, whether I can get live ones, and how the live ones are to keep, and hopefully, possibly reproduce them and make my own bloodworms. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Cool, Nathan. So, James, whereabouts are you on the Murray River? Are you actually on the Murray River or close by it? Because I'm actually situated on the Lachlan River. Yeah, right, yeah, Chef. I'll just get the frozen stuff then. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting set up. Oh, nice, James. Yeah, when I get the fish room set up and that, and maybe extend out into a shipping container if I'm going to keep doing the natives. I'm going to set it up and put okay, Chef. If you have a link to wherever you're buying them from, that'd be handy, and I'll definitely check that out. If you just want to, if you have a link for it, if you could just email me, I think you still got my email address. that'd be great, and I'll definitely check them out. And because a 10 pack for $20 doesn't sound too bad. What sort of size pack are you looking at in that? Yeah, I put frozen cyclops and that into all my endlers and that. I put it. A I put half a block of the Hakari cyclops into each tank of my endless, and they go nuts for them. And yeah, you can definitely see the difference in colors and that when they start getting a decent decent food and decent proteins and all that sort of stuff. Definitely see the color in that really get nice and vibrant when you're feeding them a good quality mixed foods. So mine get I'm a big fan of Hakari foods at the moment. So they get the Hakari Fancy Guppy, they get the Hakari micro pellets, not micro pellets, micro wafer. They get that. They get what is it? Well, that's always nice, James. So yeah, they get the Hakari micro pellets, the Hakari. Yeah, it'd be good if we could get sponsored by Hakari Foods, but I highly doubt it's going to happen considering the Japanese. I think we might need to be a few thousand sub. Sorry about that, guys. We just got a phone call that we decided to hang up on because I really don't want to talk to the girlfriend now because I am on live stream, and she knows that and knows not to ring me. Um, Probably just asking me what I've got cooking for dinner. Yeah, sorry about that, James. We're back now. I hope. Oh, I'm back on my end anyway. Um, Pardon me. So yeah, with um, uh, so we'll just post the link to the website again. Um, the Aqua One packs. So they're $2 a pack, are they, Chef? For 24. That seems really, really, really good. And wherever you're buying from, please let me know so I can buy from them too, because that seems way too cheap, and that would be absolutely amazing if I could get hold of some of them. So yeah, James, I don't know if you know, I do a bit of an online store. Yeah, I do a bit of an online store. Yeah, no worries, James. Oh, we've still got 12 people watching. Okay. So, is there anything anyone wants me to talk about? I'm glad to keep going and turn this into a longer stream if anyone wants to chat or anything like that. Either that or I'll finish it up in hour and 30 minutes if no one's got anything else to talk to about. fish room, I didn't get a chance to get into it today. We've got a few posts up and a few of the one of the top supports in. So yeah, we're definitely 12-hour stream, eh? Well, I can just leave the live stream going and walk out, and I'll go set it up next to my tanks like a few other people do. And you can watch my tank until the light turns out. But unfortunately, that's probably in the next 20 minutes or so my light will turn out. But yeah, we can definitely just set the stream up and walk away and see if anyone watches from there. it seems to work in a few other people's streams, so why not do it for mine? And there always seems to be someone watching, so I don't know if that's just a ploy to get hours up, get watch hours up. Because if it is, I'll make a few fake accounts and log in on all my devices and set my stream up and just let it go for five hours. What I get 20 out. Well, actually, no, I pay for this app now, so I get unlimited hours. So, yes, I'm actually paying for StreamYard. That's why I can have all this fancy crap along here, with my nice name in funny text and that. So I actually am using StreamYard. And just to prove that I am, where's this nice little logo button? There we go. Powered by StreamYard. Or I can now make it my own logo. Hang on, get the better one. I can make it my own logo, but I didn't think having two logos. Where we go? Yeah, this way. I didn't think having two logos would be good, so I just have one next to my name. Throwing shade. No, I'm definitely going to be looking into getting the frozen blackworms and frozen bloodworms, to feed these little guys up on. Hopefully in the next, I'm probably going to have to drive to Blaney tomorrow to get some frozen bloodworms. Then look at, I'll talk to the shop owner about bulk buying some frozen foods, and getting them in, basically buying them through him and just getting them sent straight to me. From hopefully they'll do that. They'll just send it straight to me. But I doubt they will, but we'll find out tomorrow. So come home tomorrow, sort some plants out, go out and stick some plants on a bit of driftwood. Throw in a couple of yabby pots to try and catch some big crays that we can breed from. And then basically come home and drive to Blaney, pick up some frozen foods, come home. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about right now. Probably going to go throw some pots in the farmer's dam tomorrow, and try and get some nice crays out of it, so I can some nice yabbies out of that, and basically come home, set up a tank and try and breed them, and hopefully go all right with it. So because I need live food, basically, and the vinegar eels. Hopefully we'll be able to see them. These little guys are going great. So I just disturbed them all. Hopefully they'll show up on camera. Oh, actually, there we go. A nice big misty cloud at the top is all vinegar eels. So I think it's going well. I don't know if there should be more or less, but they're all still alive and they are all still going well. So I hope that's showing up. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. I think you can see them moving there. So yeah, it looks like they're definitely going well in this one. The other one is a little bit slower. It's got vinegar eels in it, but everything seems to be... It's got vinegar eels through it, but it doesn't seem to be quite as thick. It's like... Yeah, there's vinegar eels in there, but they're not as good as the other one. For some reason, like it's more moldy stuff up the top here. It's not. Hang on, where we go? It's more moldy stuff up here. Like there's still plenty of eels in it, but I think I'm going to break this culture down and make another 2 out of it. Yeah, so we got the vinegar eels going. I keep trying to get some Infusoria going, but that never seems to... I can never seem to get the Infusoria going. I've tried it a few times, and I've had one's trying to go for nearly 2 months now, and still nothing. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the Infusoria culture. I've tried 3 different methods now and still can't get the Infusoria culture going. So definitely glad the vinegar eels are going. Got some microworms going. Got a couple of little tubs going as well. So I've got a few cultures of live foods going. So that's definitely helping out in the fish room. I'm just... I don't know. I keep seeing everyone with their microworm cultures and the microworms climbing up all over the sides and making nice clumps up along the side. Nice clumps then up along the sides. But I know I've had 2 of these big ones going for a bit over a week now, and all the worms seem to be sitting back in on the main base of it. They don't seem to be climbing up the sides like they do in all the videos and everything else you see. So pardon me. Hi Dan. Hey Thirsty. I just could all come along, even though I'm at the back end of the stream and I'm running out of things to talk about, and I don't really want to go over everything I've already talked about again. I'm actually glad you could all... Heaps of yeast. Okay. Well, that could be where I'm going wrong. I'm only putting a little bit of... I only been putting like half a teaspoon of yeast in, so that could be where I'm going wrong. So I might have to put a bit more yeast in. Thanks for the tip there, Blake. I'll definitely get some more yeast going in that tonight. Because yeah, I want to do the whole typical let's have a fish room and do culturing foods, live foods, and do the whole let's make a video on it. Because yeah, that's what everyone does, and I might as well. What's another video? Could always do another video to get some more thumbs down. So, although I did notice with my last video that the thumbs down seem to have stopped. So, hopefully, I've put out enough bad content for everyone to now up and leave my stream. Leave my channel, because I did notice after getting the 6 dislikes on my golden perch video, and I did have 8 likes, and they somehow turned down to 6 dislikes. So I think last time I checked, I was 50-50 with that video. I can't see it. I don't know if you can when you're monetized or not, but I wish I could see who was doing it, so I at least ask them what's the go with it. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, Josh. I've noticed that I lost, what was it, 4 or 5 subscribers after putting that video up, and even on my vlog video yesterday, there was no dislikes. So yeah, there was lots of Aussie Bass fans, obviously, and pardon me. Yeah, lots of people that were disappointed that the Aussie Bass turned into golden perch, and I was one of the ones that were very disappointed. I was really keen to grow the bass. I was set up for bass. I have the feeding pellets and everything here to feed bass, because bass will eat the pellets, and yellow belly eat live foods. So, or golden perch eat live foods. So I was set up. I had 2 heaters in that tank to keep the water, to keep 1,000 liters above, like, sort of around 22 degrees, because that's the optimal growing temperature. And they don't like being lower than 18 degrees Celsius. So, so we had everything set up for Australian bass. The whole tank setup was for Australian bass. Like, if I knew I was just getting golden perch, I wouldn't have put all the driftwood in. Yes, golden perch love driftwood and love hiding around driftwood and stuff like that, but bass you can't have in schools. They don't like being schooled up. So the more hiding places you have for individual fish, pardon me, the better. Golden perch and yellowbelly actually will school. They won't do big schools, but they will school. Yeah, they'll school up in sort of like groups of 5 and 6, and when they're young, they'll school up big time. Like, when I first put them into the tank, they just all huddled together like a big clan. And even now, when you walk up, if you can sneak up to the tank and stick your head over, they're all out swimming around. But as soon as they know you're there, they'll fly down into a big school. It's actually really interesting to watch. And even the 4 I have separate, they swim around together all the time. You've got to stand back to watch them, though, because as soon as you go close to it, they all dart inside their little caves. But there'll be two dart into each cave. Like, they're not alone. They're always together. So it makes me think that in the wild, that they actually do school around together. So it's actually really, really interesting watching them, and I'm learning a lot about them just by watching them in the tank. And I've only had them 3 days. Yep, but I'm definitely not putting my phone underwater, because that's all I'm filming off at the moment is my iPhone. So definitely not trying that one underwater. Even though they reckon they're completely waterproof, I really don't care, and I don't care to test it. I don't have the money to replace it at the moment, so I'm definitely not going to try it. Yeah, I am, Josh. But I was one of the dumb ones that actually paid for this thing. And so I unlocked all the fun little bits and pieces, which wasn't really much fun bits and pieces. It just means I could add um, add overlays onto the thing. So if I come over here, I can add the original overlay back on. I can take the overlay completely off and work back to normal. I just mucked around and made it. Yeah, hang on, give me a sec. I'll just put the invite in Hangouts if you like. Yeah, okay, the invite should be there in the Hangouts. Pardon me. Yeah, Nathan, I did pay for the StreamYard. Yeah, Dan, I'm still not keen on it. I had one before, and they did the whole I did put my phone underwater once before, and it seeped water into it, and when I took it back to the phone company, they basically told me that no, there was a crack in the screen, so they weren't gonna honor it and all that other crap. But there was no crack in the screen when I took it to them, so so they kind of balls me up on that one, so I had to pay for a brand new phone. So yeah, they kind of stuffed that one up. So not going to try that one again, just in case they try and do the same thing to me. I'm going to look at getting a little GoPro that goes underwater. Yeah, mine was one of the newer. Was an iPhone 6s S Plus or something. So it was supposed to be fully waterproof too, but apparently they found a nice crack in it when they found a crack in it, so they wouldn't honor the waterproofing, even though there was no crack in it when I took it to them, and when it come back, there was a crack through the middle of the screen. So they've obviously cracked it either on purpose or in transport, and yeah, they wouldn't honor it. Oh, Glass Fish Tanks, glad you come along. Just waiting for Josh to let me know when he's right to come up, and we'll bring him up when he's ready. We got the thumbs up, so we'll bring him up.
I was like, I don't know about the lighting and everything, so I thought, I'll just go up. I just won't use the camera. But I thought, he can't see me, can he? How are you, man?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm hoping there's not an echo here. If there is, I'll have to get the headphones.
Echo.
No, because I'm only using my phone as the camera, and mic and that, so I wasn't too sure if I could echo with it.
I was in between your stream and the final episode of The Blinds for The Voice. Bit of a family around here.
No worries. Well, actually, this is the longest stream I've had going, so
I know. I was like, oh, he's still going because I thought, oh, you know what, I'll miss out. But I was like, I'll jump up with him if he's around. And then I thought, no, he'll be gone. But you're still here, Nathan.
Yeah.
Thirsty. This is the only team that don't let us down at the moment. Do you follow the NRL or the AFL or anything?
I don't really follow any of it. My girlfriend follows the NRL, but I don't know. I watch it, but I've never really got deep into following teams and stuff like that. But I do enjoy a good game.
I grew up with it, and I'm part of the local footy club here and everything. And Thirsty's part of the. You're part of the rugby club, Thirsty. I know he's part of the cricket club locally, so I could relate to Thirsty a lot with that. But I'm good, thank you, Nathan. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I mean, I sent you a message the other day about the dislikes, and am I a mod? I am a mod. So
you are a mod.
Can I report Blake's Aquatics or block him? I can block Blake's Aquatics. Sweet.
And he could probably unblock himself too.
We had a very average game, Blake, but he's up and about because his bombers have just scraped over the line a couple of times. But yeah, with the dislike thing, I think one positive thing is you stream here. You got a bunch of people that frequently watch your videos and frequently join your streams. That there's no dislikes, so you can tell it's not the main group. There's probably just something else out there that's just trying to keep you down, which you'll beat easily.
Oh yeah, like it hasn't really got me down. It was a little bit disheartening watching them come in. I'm like, where are they all coming from? Like even looking back on your streams and all your videos and stuff like that. Like, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 dislikes here and there, but never 6 sort of in the first hour and a half type thing. Like it just sort of come thick and fast. So I was a little bit like, what the hell have I done wrong?
It is. It's more than normal. I know there's a few American and Jamaican fish channels that we speak to a lot that they have like a certain group that as soon as they schedule something, bang, they get 3 or 4 dislikes straight away. And we know who it is, but we do not speak of their name because we don't want to give them any airtime. But yeah, I was getting dislikes on things going, why is that got a dislike? Like, what did I actually do there? And then it was my son. And he unsubscribed to me and disliked. Today he said, Dad, I don't know how you have so many subscribers. Your videos suck. And then ran off. And I was like... God.
Oh, it's quite funny because I keep telling my girlfriend, at least just go on and hit the like button. Like, I don't care whether you watch the video or not. And the other day I was editing and just uploaded it to Facebook, not Facebook, up to YouTube, and was just doing the first playback. And she's like, and I just sort of skipped through to the end and like watched 50% of it, skipped through just to make sure it come up all right. And she's like, "Oh, I was actually watching that." I'm like, "Well, that's good. You can go onto your channel and freaking watch the rest of it then."
Yeah.
If you're interested in actually what I'm doing, go on and watch it.
my wife, I was telling her about you, and she jumped on and she subscribed to you and hit the like button because she's like, "That's not fair. Why is that happening?" But I just it just takes time to
Yeah.
I think once you figure out, I'm still figuring it out. I put out a video which a few of the members can see right now. The video will drop in the morning. I found that's like a really cool thing to sort of do. Like that way I'm sort of like going, hey, thank you for the membership, but everyone's still going to see it anyway. So I did that before, and Blake said something. He said, I really like the structure of the video. And I sort of take that on board and go, yeah, sometimes I do a video and I'm a bit all over the shop, or like in my head it makes sense, but when you present it in like a 10-minute video or whatever, sometimes it's like I I don't know, you can package it better. So you'll learn every video, every week, every month, every year. You start going, oh, I should tackle it this way rather than just,
I've been finding that. Like even the little nano tank video I did with the dirt and sand. I thought I should split it up into the 2 videos instead of just keeping it as one. Otherwise, it would have been nearly a 40-minute video.
Gets long, doesn't it? It's so funny though. Like, and Thirsty, you're exactly right. My son has dressed up as Thirsty Rabbit and sent him a video in the past, which was hilarious. Sam Parker, his most popular video is like 42 minutes long, I think.
Mm.
And I always used to go, oh, I've got to keep it to like 3 to 5 minutes because people won't watch it. But he puts out a 42-minute video and it's over 100,000 views. Like it's a great topic. Well, Fish tank's amazing.
I've been trying to chase down I've been watching a heap of videos on like Google Analytics and YouTube Analytics and stuff like that. And they keep saying, the longer you can get people to watch your channel and watch your videos, the more YouTube's going to throw your videos in front of someone to watch. So they're basically saying, keep your videos to a set length, but just because you'll get more watch time, basically. Like if you can retain your people watching for even 10 minutes of a 20-minute video, that's still longer than 5 minutes on a 10-minute video.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Jesse, what do you mean? Am I going to redo the beginning? Do I need to redo the beginning? I thought the beginning was good. See, it never stops. You put out a video and you go, oh no, someone's judging me.
Don't worry. Like I said, before I even started doing YouTube, like my first few videos, I wouldn't show my face and stuff like that. I was petrified about talking to a camera. Like, dead set, petrified. Even, you've only got to look at my first, I think my first plant video, or the only plant video I've done. I've got a few more lined up to do, but I'm sitting there trying to read my computer, then even the 5 nanofish. I'm sitting there reading my computer and all the facts I've got written down. Been sitting there trying to remember them as I'm saying them, and I just got this blank look on my face, and there's no emotion in it, no nothing. I look back at that video, I'm like, it's one of my better videos, but I've got no emotion in it whatsoever. And just think I should redo that one now because I can actually talk to a camera a little bit better.
Yeah, I think you're doing really well. I think you watched. Oh, I think I missed last week's stream, but the other 2 before that. This is the 4th one, is it?
Yeah, this is the 4th one.
Yeah, I thought you did really well, and you got a good, a consistent audience that you were able to sort of bounce off easily for that hour. And I think you even said you're like, oh God, I can't believe an hour's popped up, and that was the same for me when I first did my.
I had everything written down. I'm thinking, yep, that's enough for me to read in 10, 15 minutes, and this stream's only going to go for half an hour at the most if I can drag it out. And I quite easily come up with enough stuff to talk about for an hour and 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
it looks like we've got someone else hiding you in the back.
Hey, he's trouble.
Hey fellas, how you going?
So it'd be a matter of time before he turned up. No,
I was really interested in this because I have this happen as well sometimes. And like, you'll put a video up, and there'll be like, 1 like maybe or a couple, and like 3 dislikes, and it does really get you down because you're watching it straight away. But go back to it in like 2 weeks, and it might be like 20 likes and still 3 dislikes and stuff like that. And in the long run, just some people, I don't know, have a vendetta or whatever, or I don't know what triggered people. I was a bit confused at the end why I thought it might be this, because you know how at the end you're like, oh, some of them will die or something like that. I was like, maybe it was that. I'm not really sure though why.
Yeah, I thought about that after, because I've watched that video 2 or 3 times since posting, and I'm like, there's a few things that I could probably go back and re-edit and cut out, but
someone said in the chat before, maybe not dislike the vid, was expecting the bass. Stupid, but maybe. Yeah, Chevy was saying you'd spoken about the bass, you got something else, and maybe people got excited about that and went, "Oh, he didn't even get him." And as
Yeah.
Blake just said as well, like the majority of those dislikes probably don't even watch the video. They probably go, "Oh, I don't like this bit at the start," or they don't like the title, and then they do it and it's more for them if they watch your 20-minute video about getting new fish and then hit the dislike button. They've done exactly what YouTube wants. You want YouTube to see is they watched the whole video and then they had an emotion about it. So then they actually clicked the button and they responded.
Yeah, well, I actually looked up on like the analytics nearly straight away after I got them six dislikes, and it was like out of 10 people, out of 6 dislikes, there was only 4 views. I'm like, so people have disliked it, not even press play on the video. So they obviously didn't like the title straight up. So
yeah, that was looking fresh, Jesse. What is that haircut called? Like it's a flat top, isn't it? He had the green screen happening. It was
Can I
good.
invite Jesse up here?
yeah, Jesse can come up.
I'll send him the link. And Jesse, I wasn't specifically addressing the members in the front of that video. I was talking about how some of the members chose the tank for that video. That was all.
Yeah,
I just sort of brought it up as something that we'd done behind the scenes that we were sharing with everybody without, we're not excluding anyone. We just did something fun together that we can present.
I love it. I don't know. See, this is right. We're our own worst critics in all these things. We overthink everything. Every single time I appear on the internet, somebody comments on hair for some reason, but I just take it in my stride. That Pantene Pro V sponsorship is going to be doing me well pretty soon, so she'll be right. So, yeah, it's been a good stream. I got a lot done in here actually. Heaps of people have been asking me for peppermint bristlenose at the moment, and I put way too many plants in the tank, so I have no idea how many I have. And then, I was like, "Oh, can I sell you some? I'm not really sure. Let me dig everything up first."
I was going to ask you actually, have you? Because I watched your video today. Are they neon rainbows that you've got there?
Which video? Where? Those are Daisy's rice fish. Oh, in the Blackbeard one.
Were they Daisy's rice fish?
Yeah. So really nice, blue, powder blue sort of body, red fins. Nice looking fish.
Yeah, because Nick, Keeping Fish Simple, did a video on the neon rainbows, and I'm like, I want to know a little bit more about them because I might have a tank that they'd be perfect for, but just want to know a little bit more. And then I thought, oh shit, does Blake have some? Maybe I should ask him.
Well, I do have them as well, the Pracox rainbows. I wouldn't put them in anything smaller than a 3 foot though. Like,
I thought
they're kind of like
big,
kind of like greyhounds. You need to give them a track to run around.
Yeah.
Sell me some koi. I'm gonna do. Actually, I've had a lot of feedback to that Gumtree video. I've already got the second part ready, but I think I'm gonna do a bit of acting. I think I'm gonna reenact some things instead of just reading them off the screen.
Can I be part of? I'll happily. You send me a script and I'll pretend to be one of the buyers going, "Hey Blake, you said these are $400. Does that mean they're only $100?"
Yeah, actually, that would be a cool idea. Maybe I could send one interaction to you, one interaction to Shep, one interaction to Thirsty. That would be kind of cool.
It would be funny.
That would be good.
And we can dress up for it,
Yeah. Because I was just gonna cut it do you have any? I don't know, whatever. And then
we'll dress up as Bam Bam.
But it's so funny. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story on that stuff now. It's so funny to hear.
That was good. I enjoyed it.
I loved the bottlenose too. That took so long to find a clip of a dolphin going. That was like half an hour of searching dolphin videos.
And it's like the first thing that they all do at like SeaWorld and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I really wanted one with like a sound effect, and it was like, something like that. But I couldn't get any.
Have you ever seen Fishy Biz Aquatics?
Yeah, not a lot though.
He's very good at pretending. He can do bottlenose dolphin noises. You ask him to do the bottlenose ones. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
Jess.
Hey, how's it going?
Gotta turn off my YouTube.
Are you inside your fish tank?
I am.
Jesse was having to play around with OBS the other night, Blake, and was going to jump up with him and try and figure some stuff out, and then he just disappeared. So I assumed he fell asleep. But
Oh yeah. No, I
Two
got caught
people
in.
can swim in their fish tanks here. Two can play at that game.
oh, God,
I was trying to.
Use, Blake?
Yeah, I use
What app do you
OBS.
use? Okay.
OBS
Yeah, I've used
Studio.
OBS
not,
because then you can use a No, this is OBS, the original one, because you can do the virtual camera.
Yeah.
You can change
Yeah.
it to a virtual camera. Oh, that's what you do too. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I've had to play with that. But the only thing that's stopping me from using OBS instead of StreamYard is the guests. But I think Blake, you figured a way around it, and Matt, I used to pay for StreamYard too, and then I just started not seeing the value in it because it was $20 a month or something. Isn't that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a weird comfort zone though now. Like, I don't really have guests on my streams anymore, but I still use StreamYard because I'm just comfortable with scheduling in
It's very
StreamYard.
simple, isn't it? It's a good product, but you
I
can
don't
do
mind
more
having-
with OBS.
I don't mind a little duck up in the corner. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind using StreamYard, but then again, like I said, my computer's too slow to run anything else, so StreamYard just sort of sits in the background while I run everything off my phone. So
You've gone a little bit quiet since Blake joined in. I don't know if you stood back from the mic or something, Matt.
No, he's
probably
nervous.
I leant back a little bit.
That hair makes us all nervous.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, but the picture is easy. It's the sound that's the hard part because, yeah, it took forever to get sound coming through.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Hey,
just using my
Blackie.
phone, so hopefully it's coming through all right.
Did you just say Blackie's here?
Yeah, he's here.
Blackie,
Hang on.
get into
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
Hangouts
Justin
chat
Gavin
and
as well.
jump up and say hello.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't talked to Blackie in ages.
Yeah, thirsty. There's another one. Hey, bro, how are you?
Turns out
Hey,
Sheps
boys,
is the
how's it
place to be. Party town.
Thirsty.
Who knew?
Jeez, mate.
G'day, Thirsty.
Been a while since I've been live. Thanks for having me, Shep.
No worries.
How'd you go with your new gear?
It's coming through crackly in the audio, but how am I sounding?
Is it all plugged in and all that? Hard to tell.
Yeah,
Like, it's not bad. But
I've got low battery, but
it's a shame we don't live closer nearby because I'd show you how to play around with it and all that.
yeah.
What did you get, Thirsty?
I've got a Rode audio.
The wireless one or just the plug-in one?
Smart Lab,
The plug-in
the plug-in.
one. Because I've got the iPhone 8.
I'm thinking about getting one too. I'm just up and down. Your bed art looks awesome. And your photography of your fish looks awesome.
I was going to say, them fish do look absolutely stunning.
Are you sharing that on Instagram? I'm talking to you, Thirsty.
Me, Instagram.
Yeah.
I started Instagram, but I don't know how to bloody upload or put anything on it.
Just press the plus button and upload the photo of that better and that cichlid. What was it before you sent earlier today?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
What
put
is
them up. People will love it.
That's my brother's fish. He took that photo.
Oh, well, you can claim it.
Yeah.
No one needs to know that, do they?
What is it?
Yeah, that's
A
his
snook or
Irish
something?
snook.
Snook, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he's pretty good at photography. He does wildlife photography and slow motion, water movement, drops on the leaves and that sort of shit. Close-ups of frogs and water drops and all that sort of stuff.
I've started watching I think the last two videos, but I haven't finished them. How are your native rainbows going?
Yeah, really good. I
love that tank.
up really well. Yeah, I'm loving it. I love watching it, studying them, and yeah. I only lost one sailfin and one fly specked hardy head.
But you're getting rid of all your big cichlids now for axolotls, aren't you? You're going to have a big axolotl room.
No, he's quite a challenge, that little axolotl, that's for sure. Trying to get him to eat and putting your hand in that cold water. I'm used to the hot water.
Does he axolotl questions?
Oh, no.
Did you just come up with that?
A joke.
Hang on, Josh. I'm just reading your book, mate.
Oh, use that on my daughter.
Oh, this one's perfect for you, Josh. Did you hear about the ghost comedian? He was booed off stage. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Blackie's just like, fuck you, Josh. Cheers, Blackie.
Here's topical
That's
one.
what I'm saying. Person, chaps. Sorry about the bass not turning up, mate.
That's all good.
So what was the reason they just didn't have any?
Might not have got bass, but we've got something else.
Nothing on a bit of yellow belly up the size.
Nah.
Still be a good little project for you. Is that they still going out to the dam and that?
Yeah, they're still going out to the dam, so that'll be all.
So was that what you meant in the video when you said I'm going to grow them out to about 4 or 5 inches and then you're going to put them in the dam?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what's he going to do after that?
When they go in the dam about this big, they get preyed on by like shags and stuff like that, and other bigger fish that's already in the dam. So just grow them out a little bit bigger and give them a bit better chance.
Oh,
Mine was upside down. I had to redo it.
I'm just copying you. Mine can go behind my head though. That's how.
I can do that.
Hang on. Oh, I want to try something here.
Can I do that? Oh, I have to play with the order.
Here we go.
Oh, that's so difficult.
Have to do it the other hand. Ready? Too fast.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I was trying to throw it. Oh, there it is. It's come back.
The head needs to be in the front. That needs to be in the middle. Okay, now I know what to do. It's complex stuff, man.
Good fun. Good fun to play with.
So, display.
Thirsty drop.
I'm so confused.
Then what you need to do, Jesse, is start bringing in the old memeage. Start sprinkling in some Salt Bay.
Where'd Thirsty go?
I don't know.
Wait, so. Ooh. Oh, it's in front of me. I don't know how to do what you did. Okay, you're too smart.
There are layers thing, Jesse. Yeah, just
Yeah,
move the
you have to
layer
like
behind.
switch. You have to switch the order.
Yeah, you got to put you at the front, background at the back, and that in the middle.
Be in the front. Yeah, okay.
What
okay.
happened, Rabbit?
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Blake's going on there.
Just do it.
Come on, Jesse. Just do
Don't
it.
let your dreams. Yesterday.
Oh yeah.
you said
Okay,
tomorrow.
fine. I got it.
Just do it. Make your dreams come true. Do it.
Why isn't it doing it?
Success. While you're gonna wake up
I can't-
and work hard at it.
Oh,
Nothing
no,
is
it's still in
impossible.
front.
I switched it. What the hell? Oh, yeah, my bad.
You're not gonna
Another
stop
one.
there.
Another
No, what are you
one.
waiting for?
Another one.
Another one. What is that from?
Another one.
Just
Oh, Shy is still going.
yes, you can.
Settle down, mate.
Just
Chill out.
do it.
My computer's glitching. Where's SpongeBob? We need SpongeBob.
Soon sienta.
There was a little crackle, but it wasn't actually that bad. So
Yeah, it was alright. But it does solve one problem anyway, that it's not the microphone on the phone, it's the jack. Right? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
That is
The
good
only-
as Blake.
when he was on with us, it just seemed like when he was still, it was all good, and then when he moved, it just went silly. So it was like a loose connection.
There must be something loose in the bottom end of that thing. What have I got in here?
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
Fish,
And sliding from this
tiny shed.
by passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour.
It is nearly
3-hour
3 hours.
tour. With Gilligan. Here's Gilligan.
You have
You have too
way
much
too much time. You do daily videos and you come up with
I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now.
By the way, these are all.
Definitely got way.
There's no copyright dramas. I've tested all of these, by the way.
Here's the story
Got a Pleco in my
of a
ear.
lovely
Blanky.
who was bringing up 3 very lovely
Fish. Blanky. Blanky.
That's the way we became love.
Blanky.
Oh God!
You want one more? This is a vintage one now. Last one. As requested by Josh.
In a pineapple under the sea.
Blake's Aquatics.
Stormy and yellow and porous is he.
Blake's Aquatics.
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
Blake's Aquatics.
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
Blake's Aquatics.
I love that stuff.
Oh God! I had a little bit of a play around with some new like subscription gifts, some green screen things based on your advice to
Nice.
go on YouTube and look for green screen clips.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to start making my own. Like my new channel banner and stuff. I photographed myself in front of the green screen and stuff.
Are
Yeah, that's
you
cool.
actually using a green screen right now?
Yeah,
Like,
I can
is a green screen behind you?
I can lift up the skirt. Here we go.
What is it actually though? As a green screen? Is it literally just some
There you go.
green fabric?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you are using one.
That's all. That's all it is.
I'm not using one. Mine is. I'll show you my screen. Oh, I don't know how.
Oh, that's a great one, Aquarium Cop. All right, that's coming up this Thursday. We're gonna do an Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. I need to actually write that down because I will forget it.
It's the real me.
Oh, Jesse, that one makes you look like you're sitting on a couch or something.
That's good. That is good. Hey, yeah, but that was the lighting or whatever was just perfect. It was definitely looking like you had a flat top back in Nathan's one.
I know. I don't know why. Like it's not. It's just cutting it off straight. I don't know.
I'll be back.
Hey,
Get down. Got to the chopper. I can do a Terminator one. All right. I actually really need these ideas because I'm running low on things.
Matt, what's in the fish tank behind you there?
Yeah, wait. That one?
Yeah, the light's now gone off.
Yeah, I'll go turn the lights back on.
Cool.
I picked up some new Pacific Blue Eyes the other day.
You did. You were so keen the other day.
No, not the fork tails. I got the Pacific ones. They were $10 at Kingsborough, and I was like, I've never seen them that cheap. I've got to get a bunch.
I like those. Oh, they're
They're
like
way
the same
smaller
price
than mine.
here.
Hey?
That'd be cheaper. I thought they would be cheaper for you. They're around
These-
the same price.
They're usually about $15. So at $10, I was like, I'm going to buy a
Those are
bunch.
expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you should be breeding those like crazy.
They're not too common at pet stores, but you can find them if you go to a couple.
Mm.
The one
So
I
you got
was
some
keen to do was I was keen to do Harry's practice, but I thought that nobody would understand it. You know, like they're the animals of Blakey's practice. But I thought it might be too obscure.
Oh, you just gave me a good idea. I can't tell you all the good ideas because I might use one day.
Nah, come on. Let him
Don't
work.
work. Give
Who?
me a home amongst the gum trees with lots of blokes, please.
Yeah,
A
that's pretty
fish
good.
or two and a bristle nose and a pseudomoggle out the back.
All right. Yeah, home among the gum trees that's gonna work.
So yeah, this is the tank I was talking about earlier, Josh. That I filled in
Yes.
with a heap more plants in that.
So what do you got in there? You got a bunch of barbs, it looks like.
Yeah, the barbs were in
Rosy
this
barbs.
little tank over here, but they kept uprooting the plants, so I moved them over here. And that's the one I had the little fry in that I sent you the other day.
I don't mean to get too personal here, but do you have a girlfriend, Matt?
Yeah.
Well, see, my wife wouldn't let me have that many tanks near the kitchen.
I cheated.
On
These two tanks are
cheated
hers.
on the relationship or
Yeah,
No,
by
no.
comparison, fish tanks. There's no, you can't do any wrong.
It's just fish tanks.
No, I
That's
brought
a
the
smart
fish, I
plan.
brought the fish tanks for her. I brought the fish tanks for the girlfriend.
Is that a glass
I
lid?
just have to take care of them. What's that? Sorry, Jesse.
Is that like a solid glass lid?
No, it's fucking 3 pieces.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You guys don't have glass lids? I thought you did have the.
It's not that common.
Oh.
I noticed like you guys have more glass lids and more rimless. It's more common for you guys.
Yeah, we
But
don't.
as
We
far
barely
as, like,
have
what
any
people
rimmed.
purchase-
We barely have any rimmed tanks, like unless they're below 15 gallons.
That's weird. But yeah, majority is rimmed here, and then like rimless is super expensive. So
what do we mean?
I have a lot of tanks, so
Like a black
most of
trim,
them are rimmed. Yeah.
so you don't have to sit it
Like a
on
bezel.
styrofoam.
I
and that.
always call them bezels because selling TVs, but you mean that? Because
Black stuff.
Yeah, I've got a problem with this one. I've only got the lid from the goldfish tank. I've got 3 glass lids sitting on top of that.
Oh, I just thought up another one. Sneak peek. It's going to be All Aussie Adventures, Russell Coit. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be good.
That would be brilliant. That would be good.
Time to hit the something.
I can't remember the words.
All Aussie Adventures, time to hit the road. And I might even get organised to go out the backyard and like do that Russell Coit dance.
Do a bit of Cal Knight. The
Yeah.
Joker is me.
I'll do some speed walking like this.
Oh no, Jesse, you would have seen it. Have you seen Kath and Kim?
No worries, chef.
No.
They did an American version of Kath and Kim, but I can't imagine it's anywhere near as good as the Aussie version.
Yeah, I'll probably go. It's time to hit the stream, and then it will finish on air.
Do some Agro's Cartoon Connection or Cheese TV.
Cheese TV I could do, but I'm not old enough to know aggro.
How do you not know Agro?
No, I actually don't. I don't know when aggro finished. Was I alive?
You need to search Agro's Cartoon Connection on YouTube
I was gonna say,
because
I was
the dude that Agro was a puppet, like a kid's puppet for like
Aggro was awesome.
morning cartoons, but the dude that actually played Agro was like a proper comedian with a really dirty mind. So all the
Yeah.
outtakes are friggin' hilarious.
I've
Yeah.
seen like the
Yeah, it
funny
definitely worked.
outtakes and stuff. But yeah, it finished in 1997, so I was only 5.
1997. I was damn near young.
I was in grade 6.
18. I was 18.
I was 12.
12. Yeah, so that was probably prime viewing time for you. Like
I
you-
went to my graduation with a Sylvester the cat vest. Silk.
Hey, there's
vest.
new Looney Tunes coming out. It just came out. Did you know? Brand new,
Really?
No, I didn't.
but it's like made the old way. I haven't seen it yet, but I listened to a
Like,
podcast
still
that
draw?
they review movies and stuff, and they watched it because there's no movies around at the moment.
That's cool.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, because usually they go to screenings and stuff, and cinemas of all.
Did
Right
LeBron James Space Jam coming out?
It is coming out. Actually, the guy on the podcast he was the director of Space Jam, and he is the director of Space Jam 2. Yeah, so double toasted. It's called. If anyone's interested.
This Ryukin over here is getting so much bigger. Oh, I found 2 more, Blake. I almost bought them for you.
7 pointers.
Yeah.
Where at?
There was an orange one with black points.
Oh, that could be cool. Where
And then-
was it?
There was like a black one with like orange eyes. And I was like, that's really weird. They were $12. And I was like, oh. But the orange one with black points wasn't quite a 7-pointer, but it looked very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should grab them, put them in there, and then, yeah, see if you were interested. But if you weren't interested, then I'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. So where were they?
In Baronia, I think it's called Amazon Jungle. It was actually really impressive. I've never been there before.
Oh, cool.
They had lots of snakes, though. I'm not a big snake fan.
Nah. I've got a cool thing coming up on the 22nd. I'm going to this bloke's fish room, and he's one of the staff at one of the local fish stores, and like I get along with him really well, and he's doing some cool stuff. He saw that I got 3 of those new crebensis.
Yep.
And he said
What,
he's got
new? What do you mean new?
they're like fancy
They're
ones.
different?
Yeah.
Wild, yeah? Not
Yeah.
Nigerian. Is it Nigerian or just wild?
Nah, they're Pelvicochromis sacramontis.
How do they look different from like the common ones?
Well, they're called the green crebensis or the giant crebensis, but they look. I'll bring up a photo while we're talking. They look nuts.
It's more the
Dan's
shape,
stitched it
isn't
a
it?
bit.
It's not a lot of difference and not as bright a color, but they're a bit of a different shape, I think. Me and Blake found some albino or albino crebensis
Yeah, Jesse has some.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were saying, I think it was Jesse that was saying they don't breed together, but you got to have one in a pair or something to try and continue it
But
on.
then, I mean, when I said that, like a couple people corrected me that they have no problems with theirs. Theirs breed. So I was like, oh, okay, I have hope. But mine hate each other. Like they don't look like it's going to happen.
My only problem is what to do with them when you breed them, like, because they're so aggressive when they're breeding. I've got the male in this tank with some electric yellows and a cuckoo cat, no problems, because there's no female in there now. They're completely fine, but when the female was in there, it was like a friggin', I don't know, like a cage match in the WWE.
Well, if it's a species only, it should be fine, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has that many tanks to have a species only tank?
Oh, well.
There you go.
But yeah, they're
They look
a little
good.
bit longer. Nice,
Yeah, they're kind of like Nigerian
bottom.
reds a little bit, but nice
Are they?
looking crib.
Mhm.
So yeah, because there was only 3 left, so I thought that, I was a bit concerned that I would have both a male and a female. So he's like, "Oh, hey, I saw your video. I've got 2 females if you want." So I was like, "Sweet, I can go check out your stuff." He's got a lot of like unique stuff. Like anybody who works at a fish store like he does, like a good fish store, he gets some fancy stuff. So I'm keen to
They
check it
don't
out.
have any spots on the pectoral fin.
You want
Not
me to bring?
the dorsal fin, the back dorsal fin. They don't have no spots on them.
Yeah,
See
true. I don't know if that's just because it's curled around or whatever. Because this is a
Even
screenshot.
even on the tail,
Yeah,
there's not. Yeah, so it's
But-
different.
they look really awesome, and I've got them in a divided tank. So there's normal cribs on one side and these ones on the other side, and I've noticed that they like flare against each other and stuff like that. So I definitely wouldn't mix them because they will interbreed and stuff. But yeah, I could go pretty deep on the cribs. Another guy who
You're
makes
different.
YouTube
Hey,
videos,
what did you?
Mega Morelia, he has like 4 or 5 different types of Pelvicochromis. What do you should be paying attention. You're the crib
I
master.
gotta get
You're
out of
MT
here, guys.
crib Webster.
It's like
I know.
2:20.
I've got one of my crib videos is starting to just grow and grow and grow. I'm like, oh, it's doing really well.
I was going to say one of the videos that I didn't expect to go really well. That actually, at the moment, is my best video. Was my review on the Kmart tank. It's just
Yeah.
slowly creeping up. Like it's up over, I think, 250 views or something now, and it's just slowly creeping up every 3 or 4 days. It
Continue to get
top.
more views.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
What kind of tank? Did you say Kmart?
Yeah.
yeah.
As a,
Not
like
as
the
a store?
Kmart. It's a
It's like
different.
Walmart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Walmart.
But that still exists? It doesn't exist anymore. It went out of business.
Nah, it's not the same Kmart. It's like just got
Oh,
the
it's
same.
not the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Same
confused.
as
I
like
was
we have a
it doesn't
supermarket.
exist.
We have a supermarket called Coles, but it's not the same as your Coles.
Okay. Anyway, I gotta go. It's super late, so I'll see you guys.
No worries.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
having me.
See you,
Good idea.
Jesse.
Drop it in.
So yeah, I'm liking all these different cribs. There's like another one that's
I
a
didn't even
really
know it was
nice,
that
like lavender sort of color, and I want them.
Have the ones I gave you bred?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't muck around, mate.
I know, I was wondering about the age. I'm like, oh. So I've got Thirsty, I've got a bunch here. The only thing I'm worried about, I'm going to send some to Thirsty. I spoke to the post office. They're like, oh, it's going to take like 2 or 3 days to get there. And I'm like, that's a long time for fish to be in a bag. It's about $35, I think they said, to post them. I don't know if I'm I just don't know if I should be doing it a different way.
Yeah, because me and Shep talked about shipping fish because I've got to ship some stuff to him, and when I shipped the prawns to the shrimp to prawny, that was a struggle. Like the prawns to shrimpy, anyway, when I shipped the shrimp to prawny, I just went Australia Post because, if it's 2-3 days, like they'll be fine.
But is shrimp more robust? Like Dan sent me a whole bunch of shrimp, with no problems. Like they seem to be fine.
You know that I keep some unheated, so if they get stuck unheated, like it's not as big of a drama if there's something.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I've got a cold water tank here of shrimp as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I lost my clown killies and pygmy cories, when the heater died, they were in my skittle tank of shrimp, and I didn't lose one shrimp.
Yeah.
And it got down to near freezing, so they can take a cold.
But yeah, the point was that I think when I do send them to Shep, I'll send them through Toll, maybe, not through Australia Post.
Yeah.
And how much do you anticipate that to cost?
Well, that's why there's been a bit of delay. I'd probably have them out by now, but I just need to call them up and find out how it works. I don't know.
Because that's what I want to do with Thirsty. Thirsty said, I'm happy to pay to get them sent up here. Tell me how much it is. And I'm just trying to figure out a non-expensive way for him to buy some cribenzas. I don't want him to go, it's $70. And I'm like, the cribs aren't even worth $70.
Yeah.
But if it's
you could
$30,
buy 14 of them.
Some good-looking cribs with some, like 6 or 7 of them, then it's sort of like, yep, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, well, I guess the good thing is, like, a bag of water is a bag of water. You can really load it up, to a limit. But
well, that's
it just goes on size and weight, really.
Yeah.
So
exactly. But is it?
I look at how big I just look at how big the normal boxes and that come from, say, live fish and stuff like that. You only pay $25 to have them shipped, but I suppose they're packing on a bit of price with their fish and that. But
and they work out really good deals, like, because they ship out in such quantity.
Yeah, they have a trade account, so
yeah. So I don't know, but we'll work it out. Get some stuff up there eventually. I was thinking if I'm organized this week, maybe I'll send them out on Monday. But I don't know. Are you ready to get everything? Or
yeah, I've got tanks sitting there waiting. So
sweet.
So
how are your Golden Wonders going, Josh?
Yeah, good. The only thing is they hide a bit. So you actually gave me 5.
Yeah, I saw your video.
No, they're doing really well. The endlers are a lot more active. So when I look for them, I can always see endlers, and then they sort of scare them off a bit. But I'm also pretty confident that in another month or 2, they're going to be way bigger than the endlers anyway, so they'll be fine. But they look good. All the plants look really good.
Nice.
It's sort of... Yeah, I've told you about this tank, but I'll tell you all right now. I got a 60 by 60 by 35 haul tank, and that Blackwater tank that the golden panchaks and the endlers are in, I feel like that's the inspiration for a bigger version in that tank. I want to have some wood coming out with some waterfalls, and have things like golden panchaks and endlers and some shrimp and a few other... I don't know, the croaking gourami I really like, but I don't know if he's going to be decimating the fry and also the baby shrimp, so I don't know. But I really do like that tank a lot.
I was going to say the panchaks will eat all the fry, won't it?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Eventually they will, but not now. They're like... So, you know how I said I've got 4 adults to you, and then I asked Josh if he still wanted them. So I just gave you the whole batch. Like when I pulled out those eggs a while ago, I just gave you the whole. Like they were just in a DIY breeder box thing like this. So I didn't even count them. I just put the eggs in, hatched them, and then I just poured the whole thing into a bag, and whatever you got is whatever you got, pretty much.
Me, or you send some to Matt?
No, I haven't yet, but that's because I got 4 adults, and I was gonna send Matt 2 of the adults. I think I
They're
said that.
awesome. They're really awesome, Matt. They're like at the point where they're probably about 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters long. So they've got their proper shape, and they've just got a little bit of yellow. And they're in a tank with endlers. So the endlers fully grown aren't much bigger than them. And yeah, just what's this plan again?
The pinnatify or the frog bit. I can't see.
It's not the. Well, it's definitely
Floating
not that.
frog bit. Yeah.
Anyway, this is doing really well. It's almost a couple of them have grown new leaves since you gave them to me.
Nice.
Just on a PetWorks 3-watt.
Your favorite, your go-to.
I spoke to someone the other day who runs a big aquarium down here, and I bought a plant or two, and I said,
Oh, Nigel Sea Life. Life aquarium.
not one of those aquariums. I said, will these be all right in a tank, 20-liter tank with some PetWorks? And they're like, yeah, as long as you got the shallow tank, like a 20-liter, it's not very deep. The PetWorks are all right after that. And they're setting up, they're converting a whole farm in northern Victoria into a aquatic plant farm. And I might have got to know them just enough that I'll get to visit that one too. So yeah.
Oh, well, I'll return your offer. I'll cameraman for you if you want.
Well, it'd be fun. It'd be so much fun to do it. Like you, me, and Max or something like, and Bodgy. Like we're all into it. Thirsty. No. I definitely want to send them to you. I just don't want to send them to you and they die, or I don't want to send them to you and it costs you $80 to get them there when you can buy them up there. But I can send them to you for $35. I'm just worried about whether it takes 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days to get them there.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we go halves in the shipping and we just try it and see how it goes.
That was part of the reason as well. Like I didn't charge Prawny anything. I just wanted to know if it would work, because if I start shipping them around here, they'll be like, mate, they made them to South Australia in the middle of winter. I reckon you're trying to have my leg here.
Dan sent me his shrimp. Took 3 or 4 days to get here. 3 days. No heat pack or anything like that. They were fine.
I did send a heat pack, but yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to get. I brought some shrimp off Keeping Fit. Not shrimp. Some endless off Keeping Fit Simple off Nick, and unfortunately they didn't make it. But they were supposed to turn up in 2 days, and they took 5. But I don't.
Oh, they did turn up, but they weren't alive.
No. Like they somehow got lost in the post, even though it was express shipped, and he labelled everything nicely with live fish, keep warm type thing all written over it. Yeah, they somehow left it somewhere. Like it got held up in Brisbane for 2 days or something before it even got shipped out.
You talking about?
Yeah. Was that Australia Post or?
No, that was what was it? Fast Post or?
Oh, Fastway. Fast Track.
Cool.
One of them.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was.
See, that's a worry as well, isn't it? Like, if everything was there, like as a seller, or like I'm not selling fish, but as someone that wants to ship fish to someone else, you would be going Monday morning. We're going down. We're setting this up. Yeah. Minimal time. They've only been in there 10 minutes before you put them, with the courier or the post office. to just minimize that time. You wouldn't put them on a Friday and just go, oh yeah, they'll get there on Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, it is a concern. And the thing I think about, like, so many people ask me to ship fish and stuff, but I used to sell plants on eBay, and that was a nightmare. Every single, like, maybe 70% of people said that they would turn up dead, or melted or whatever. And I'm like, I send enough stuff around to people I know. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I do
I'll be
videos on how to pack things, and that's affirmed in the comments. So I'm like, it's just people.
Fast way couriers.
Fast
That's what
way,
they
yeah.
got sent on.
Yeah, okay. I've had pretty good experiences with them. Maybe it was just a one-off, but
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it got stuck in Brisbane, so I don't think it even got on the plane the first time.
No.
So whether it missed the plane or whatever.
But
Yeah, it was supposed to go from Brisbane to Young, then come straight here from Young, but yeah, somehow got lost.
also, as a side note there, I think eBay has it the wrong way around, where they give so much power to buyers to just basically screw people out of money. I think, like, as soon as a buyer says it arrived dead, they don't have to really prove anything. They can send you through a whole circus of bloody appeal processes and all that.
Yeah, well, when I was setting up the website, I originally had PayPal as one of the payment schemes, but yeah, you've got no control over them either. If they say they had something turn up or it didn't turn up or something like that,
Yeah.
PayPal basically refunds their money straight away without you even knowing. They don't even ask you. Then you've got to put through, as the seller, the appeal process on why it didn't go through.
Yeah, so I mean, for that reason, like, I was just basically wasting money on shipping materials, because I would end up having to refund I wasn't making money off it anyway. I think I was selling stems for like $1 per stem or something, and by the time you ship it, it was just nuts. So that's why I don't really sell a heap. I'd rather just sell to a store, because I know they're not going to try and stuff me around, really.
Yeah. Well, what's the point of trying to stuff you around? Like, like I said, when we started talking about it, like, the only reason I'm saying toll is because I know when toll gets it, because I live literally $2 away from the toll depot.
Yeah.
So when they get it, they know they can bring it straight over at any time and just leave it on the doorstep, type thing. And I've talked to them about, if I go to sell plants and that, like, what's the best time to bring stuff over, that if I want it shipped out the same day, and if I want it to go on a plane and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if you want it to go on a plane, all you have to do is have it packed and shipped and just sitting on your doorstep, and just send us a note saying that's got to be collected on the way out, or just take it over and sit it in front of their shed at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning or something, and it goes out on the plane at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, okay. And so what you do is you just book it online the day before or whatever, do you?
Yeah, you just book it on. Or I can just go over and see them and have it all booked out
Okay.
in person. But yeah, you can book online, and you just print out the shipping docket, and you just stick it on your parcel.
Yep. All right. I'll give it a go.
You just have to make sure your weights and everything are right.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of just would. I don't know. I was thinking I should just do Australia Post, but better to be safe than sorry. I don't know. Toll down here is a bit of a nightmare, though. Like, we have a depot in Geelong, and I've had a lot of dramas there. Like, to the point where they're sort of being like, "Oh, we don't have it here," and I'll literally point. I'll be like, "It's right there." I'm like, "No, it's not." Like, well, I know what I ordered. It looks like a similar box. I think it's that one. And the guy goes, you should get a job here. You know what a package is? I was like, yeah, I know.
You can also, if there's a TNT depot down there somewhere, you can also ship it through them. They operate out of the same depot here, so
I'll have a look. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I just need to
that's it.
sit down
I'm
for a
quite happy.
minute.
I'm quite happy to pay all postage for it. Like, don't worry about that part.
Yeah, no, she'll be right. We'll figure it out.
Definitely prefer to buy off a hobbyist than buy out of a store at the moment.
Yeah,
Although I do respect stores in the fact that I know what they have to go through to get friggin' recognised with actually buying.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's been a nightmare. Like you can't get started unless you have something that you can sell to start with. So there's no point. Basically, what they're telling me to do is go out and open a retail store with nothing to sell, so they can give me a trade account so I can buy off them.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
bit
like,
of a catch-22.
what am I going to sell? Like you're not giving me anything to sell.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't have any what's it called? I don't have any dream or whatever to open up a fish, so I reckon it'd be a nightmare. It'd suck all the fun out of it for me, I reckon.
Well, that's why I don't want to. That's why I don't want to open an actual fish store. Like, I just want to be able to get a few products in that. If you send fish away, you can send a bit of fish food with that, so you at least know that they're there and people can buy. If you're like, I'm not trying to make a fucking $1 million out of anything.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
said on my store before, like, I'm basically trying to get the stuff as cheap as I can. Like, I can get the stuff cheaper and have it all shipped free, but it'll take anywhere up to 60 days to get here, and I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a battle.
So, like, because I'm doing the whole drop shipping model type crap, I'm using, what do they call, e-packeting as the shipping company.
Right.
It was actually worked out that it's actually a shipping company that was developed by e-commerce people. So it's run by e-commerce people for places that like me that want to drop ship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people that sell online so they can get their stuff around the world on a reasonable time.
Yeah, well, that's what my fish, what is it? Fish clothing store or whatever you want to call it, merch store. That's all drop shipping, but I wanted to absolutely order, one of everything before I announced it, just so that I knew I knew what the quality would be like and all that. Like, it's all 100% cotton and all that, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But still, you want to just make sure that the design isn't like up here on the chin or whatever. It's a bit different when you design it on
the shirt that I got made up from Vistaprint. When I showed you the photos, Josh said, "Oh, the photo looks like it's off to one side and stuff like that." When it turned up, it's actually centered, but yeah, the photo does look like the whole photo is sort of one-sided.
Yeah, and I find that the tool to design some of the hoodies and stuff, like, it is a bit not exactly right. So you do put it in the middle of the square, and it's in the middle of the jumper or the hoodie.
Yeah.
Shipping never shut down, I don't think.
No, it didn't shut down. It just slowed up.
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to do like person-to-person deliveries anymore. It's all got to be fucking sat down. You couldn't even sign for stuff.
I haven't had any trouble lately. I've got things in a fairly timely manner. I do order probably more than the average person of things online, so.
We've just noticed with a lot of work, like even stuff that like even the truck drivers and that come in and deliver stuff, they said it's just a nightmare, like, because you get stuff, they get stuff delivered to like me and you, and the customer sits there and argues with them and says, "No, I have to sign for that."
Yeah.
Otherwise, how do I know it's turned up and stuff like that? And like, it's right here in front of you. How do you not know it's turned up?
Yeah. See you, Disco. Hopefully you like that new nickname, Disco. I like it.
See it, Dan.
Monday, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to call it quits soon anyway. So
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking that.
well, unfortunately, I've still got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So
Yeah. Well,
it's always fun.
I don't have to, but I guarantee the kids will come in at about then. Jump on me and stuff. Want to play games on the phone?
Yeah, the young fella's like that, but he's not too bad now. He sort of stays in bed until I leave to go to work, then climbs out and goes in and cuddles mum. So
Yeah, well, that's kind of the opposite. Like my wife will, she works aged care, so she has to get up at 5 or so, and they'll wake up when she drives away, and then come in with me.
yeah, well, my girlfriend works aged care as well, so she's actually on night shifts on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So that's why I get to do the live stream on Mondays.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't have to worry about her in the background, and the young fella's at his dad Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So
Oh, perfect.
Monday or Tuesday was the day to stream. So
Yeah, that's
Monday.
the way. That's the
So
way.
it's-
Although you do use up one of your valuable evenings by yourself, I'm sure there's plenty of projects that could be done.
Yeah, but that's also why I picked 8 o'clock. Like, don't really want to be out, or can't really be out in the shed much around here. Like, got an old couple that lives next door, so I don't really want to be out in the shed grinding and bashing and carrying on at that hour of night. So
Yeah, it is. It's hard to fit things in the day. I tell you, these days, I just feel like there's so much on that.
especially now, like, no, just being wintertime and the nights, like days been so short. Like you get home from work and do a few things, and all of a sudden it's dark, and you're like, okay, now what am I
Like
do?
I've been trying to build a 3-tier stand for 3-foot tanks. I've been trying to build this thing for like 3 weeks, I reckon. Just I've got the uprights cut. I've got a couple of the little bays cut. I just need to go pick up the last few lengths, and that's pretty much it, and screw it all together. But just can't get the time.
Like just building my fish room, like, to be honest, that should have been done, or the framework should have been done like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but just don't find the time. Like, get home from work, do a couple of bits on it, then you have to go fix something else, or you have to go do something else, like feed the animals, work my horse, and all that sort of fun stuff. And by the time we come back to it, it's like, okay, now it's dark. Don't really want to be making too much noise, so you do what you can without making too much noise, and then spend an hour stuffing around with the fish in that. And yeah, then it's gone.
Thirsty, pull the dreads out your ears. That's pretty funny. That's good. But yeah, I'm loving these hang on breeder boxes at the moment. I've got 7 going at the moment. I could easily get some more.
Yeah, I've got a couple on their way, but as I said earlier in the stream, I ordered a heap of stuff just to test to make sure like all the payment stuff went through. So I brought it through my site legitimately, not just straight off the supplier.
Yeah.
And when I went to pick the postage, instead of picking the e-packaging, I fucking picked just the standard AliExpress fucking postage.
Yeah.
And instead of it taking instead of guaranteeing it being delivered within 13 to 20 days, it's now delivered within 35 to 61 days.
Oh no.
I'm like, okay, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Oh, you'll enjoy this story as well. So, my rainwater tanks, they just haven't been filling up lately. So the gutter, like it's an old house, right? So the gutter does have a big bow in the middle. So I just made a little bracket out of, just some offcuts from the stand I'm building. And I jumped up on the ladder and just put it up and then screwed it in so that it would take the bow out. And then that was a few days ago. And I walked past today and I noticed that it was dripping from there. I was like, what the hell? Why is it still dripping? And jumped up on the ladder again, and there was like a tiny little rust thing. I just poked it, and then this huge gaping big hole just rusted out of the gutter. And because I'm on the ladder, like I couldn't move anywhere, and I just have all this like the worst water in the world just pouring on me. I can't do anything. If I try and climb down the ladder, like I'll slip over and die. I just had to stand there and take it.
Oh, I've been in too many situations like that at work.
Yeah. Oh man, it was the worst.
Because I work maintenance and I do a lot of plumbing and stuff like that. Yeah, often you turn like a water pipe off or something, but the valve's not working. So then you unscrew the end of the pipe, and all of a sudden you got this jet of water spurting out at you, and you can't do anything. And you're standing on a ladder or up on something, and you're like, "Well, I'm wet now."
Yeah.
Apart from the part, and you're trying to screw the part on with water spurting out at you, and you're just absolutely soaked.
Oh yeah.
Walk back over into the workshop, and they're like, "What the hell happened to you?" Like, the valve in this spot is broken.
That is just the summary of this house. Like you'll just scratch the surface of something, and then just the whole thing is falling to pieces.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
but it's been a good experience though. This is the third fish room I've set up. So the next one, when it's actually my house, I've got some good ideas for it.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually been able to ever set up a fish room before. I've always just done it in just a few tanks inside I've always rented or something like that. And now me and the girlfriend have actually brought this house. We can finally actually build a room. So
I'm super glad I'm in the shed, because the first one was in like a study and had carpet and all that, and it was a nightmare. And as you do, I had tanks all the way around the outside. I took off the cupboard doors, had tanks in the cupboards, and put a tank in the middle of the room. And then that wasn't enough, so I put another tank next to that, so it's kind of like a peninsula. You had to walk in, walk around. You couldn't swing a cat in there.
yeah.
I think it's good to play around. You get to know the size tanks that you like and what works.
Later, Thirsty.
See you, Thirsty.
Soon, anyway.
In case you can't hear, I'll wave at you.
Yeah, I've watched a few people set up fish rooms and that, and I think I'm just going to go sort of aquarium co-op style with my shelving and stuff like that. Just the good old cinder block.
Yeah.
Cinder block setup.
Just the old.
I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it.
It's too dark. Just that number.
Yeah, pretty much.
They work really well. But yeah, I'm pretty confident now that I can build them rather than buy a trillion cinder blocks. And another thing to watch out for is Australian cinder blocks aren't as strong as American ones.
Yeah, I've looked at that. There's two different grades.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go to the we've got a Brickworks here, so I'm just going to go to the Brickworks and get the stronger ones and order 100 of them or so.
Yeah. Well, that one there, I've had a 4 foot and a 2 foot along that span. So think the blocks are 290 wide. So what's that? 6 foot, which is 180 centimeters minus 600. Yeah, it's about a 4 foot span, something like that.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
not
right?
too bad.
Yeah. And
That-
yeah, no, it
that
held
was-
up pretty well. So it's a 90 by 45 on the side with some 12 mil ply on the top.
Oh, yeah.
So, and there's three 90 by 45s. Like,
Yeah, that was how I was going to go. Yeah.
but it works pretty well. It's not going anywhere, that's for sure. As long as there's water in the tanks on the top, she's set in place.
Yeah, I really liked it when I watched Corey make his. I looked at it when I first watched the video. I'm like, that would never hold anything. Then when you look at all the weight he's got on his, it's like, yeah, okay, I can do that comfortably.
Yeah.
Now
And
know that it's
actually,
gonna work.
thinking of it, my 4x2x2 is on a cinder block stand, but that one's a bit different. That one's got 2 cinder blocks and then one on the side, and then one on the side, 2 cinder blocks. And I also put a row up the middle. So there's 9 cinder blocks on a 4x2 pad.
Okay.
And then there must be 4 or 5 2x4s, 90 by 45s.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit concerned about that one, so I just kind of overkilled it, really.
Yeah, well, my 2x4 that I'm getting, it's got its own stand, so
Yeah.
get out of it all right there.
Sweet as.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've still got money left after going to the new store. Oh, not really new store, just a store that like everyone talks about, and they talk about the owner being real stuck up and he being greedy and all this sort of stuff. I went in there and I don't know, the owner's nothing but polite. All the fish are reasonably priced and all this other stuff. I'm like, what the hell has everyone been going on about for so long? Like,
Yeah, you can have
he's owned the house, like he's owned the store for 10 years and been running for 10 years. I'm like, so these people have been lying about you for the last 10 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of inter store feuds and stuff. I find like a lot of politics, and a lot of times they're quite freely bagging out other stores and stuff as well.
But this was like this was before even like the store that I use mainly now even opened. Like it was like there was only just sort of the 2 pet shops here in Cara and the aquarium store over in Orange, and it was always, the aquarium bloke over there, he's a rip-off. He doesn't. I know that the people used to try and sell him fish, and he didn't pay very much for the fish he was buying, but I don't know, they're only selling muck guppies, so muck guppies and just the common bristlenose, but the common bristlenose they were trying to sell at like 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters, so they weren't very grown, and he would have had to grow them out for another month before he could sell them.
Yeah. Yeah, cop. There was no way I was gonna try and span the whole 4 foot. Like, it technically should work, if so long as you support it enough. Like, you wouldn't do it with just 3 2x4s or 90 by 45s. You would have to. Yeah, I've got the cough button. I've also got a swear button. But yeah, you'd have to do at least like 4 or 5. But yeah, the center row is way easier to do, really.
I don't know. I'm going to try and support, although I might do it in steel though. Put steel bracing under the 6 foot aquarium.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I'm excited.
I think I'll have enough steel left over.
So these 2 racks here, they're those Bunnings 1,000 kilo ones.
Yeah.
But I don't like them. They bow in the middle. It makes me nervous. So when I move, I'm either going to put a center support in, or I'm just going to build racks instead and use these as garage storage.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime people ask me what they are, I say I don't recommend them. I'd use Dexion ones if you're going to do a rack like that.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people try and use them sort of racks and stuff like that, and I just think, yeah, why would you go about it? Like, because they don't seem strong enough. They do seem too flimsy.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, even though they're rated
in my head, I was like, it's supposed to hold 1,000 kilos per shelf, and max, what is there, like 300 liters of water? Maybe 100 kilos of substrate. It's probably maximum half that capacity. So I was like, should be fine, but it is fine, but it just does bow a little bit, So that's the thing you got to think about. It's 1,000 kilos capacity, but 1,000 kilo doing an upside down Sydney Harbour Bridge. So
yeah, see, I don't like seeing stands do that with fish tanks sitting on it.
yeah, so I've done things retrospectively. So I've put like thick bits of ply on the shelves, so that did help it a little bit. But yeah, apparently there used to be some center brace strengthening type things. I'm not exactly sure how they worked, but yeah, apparently they used to be good, but they don't make them anymore.
No, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm gonna finish this up now. Anyway.
Yeah, fair call.
Thanks for popping on.
No, it's good yarn.
Oh, what is dragged it out an extra hour and a half, which can only be good.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that stuff, but think of the watch hours. You'll be raking them in.
Oh, well, like I said, I'm paying for this now, so I don't think I've got a limit on how many hours, but I only stream, 4 times a month, so I don't think I'll be going over.
No, I mean for YouTube, you need 4,000 hours of watch time or whatever if you want to get money.
Yeah. I think I've got 100 watch hours or something now.
Yeah.
I'm really equal to my subs, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
If my subs go up equal to my watch hours, I'll be extremely happy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what happened to me. I was pretty lucky, so yeah, I was pretty happy with the timing. Oh, you've decided to turn up, have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, because I'm about to leave.
What's wrong? Something's distressing you.
Well, thanks everyone for popping in. But we'll definitely end it right about now. So thanks everyone for popping in and watching the stream, and thanks for the couple of guests we had. And
Is Matt super quiet for you?
Next time.
Really quiet.